I believe that most people in the world are redeemable idiots. Redeemable idiots. Here's what I mean by that. First, we have to start by what my definition of idiot is, because an idiot, it's not necessarily related to your IQ. I think it has more to do with this. An idiot, in my opinion, in my definition, is a person who constantly thinks that they're right and is usually wrong, and in addition to that, is very eager to convince everybody else of their own views and opinions. Okay? So by default, I can't be an idiot because I have a disclaimer in most of my videos where I say, I'm ignorant, but I'm open-minded. Teach me what I need to know. I go through my life assuming every day, all day long, I'm going to get things wrong and learn the right way to do it. I want to be open-minded my entire life. I don't want to be that bitter old man at the end of my life who's so closed-minded. You know, I know who I am, but at the same time, it's important that I'm open-minded. Right? I'm open-minded that I could be wrong about anything at any point. That's how I live my life. But an idiot isn't that way. And it's the paradox, it's the curse of being an idiot. The curse of being an idiot is not only do you assume that you're always right, but you're usually wrong, and that also you're trying to convert everybody to what you think. You know, the paradox is that on the other side, people who are actually emotionally intelligent typically are going to be right more often, because they're willing to learn when they are wrong. And at the same time, they're not eager to try to convince everybody else of their own belief system, because a confident person doesn't find their own value in proving people wrong and wanting this level of respect by people. Oh, wow, you were so right. Because that's not how it works. People don't respect you when you argue with them and prove them wrong. People respect you when they see that you know what you're talking about, and that it's not important to you whether someone believes you or not. And see, an idiot will never understand that. But here's the thing. I said most people are redeemable idiots. Redeemable is the key word, because for most of my life I was an idiot. But then I got redeemed a few years ago in my mid-30s, and I started realizing that it was a choice whether or not I let other people offend me and insult me and hurt my feelings. And once I realized that that's a breaker switch, that you get to, that most people, they leave that switch on to be offended, but I now turn mine off. I realize how much more control I have over my own life. I'm not this victim, like, oh, look what they did to me. I'm like, I am in control of my own life. And in doing so, I've realized, wait, if I'm a confident person, why do I care so much about what other people believe, even if I perceive that they're wrong, and maybe they are wrong, you know? And that's a journey that I'm still on. You know, even last year, I can think of a few times where someone was so obviously wrong, it was ridiculous, and I took the bait and I tried to prove them wrong, because they definitely were. But now in 2018, age 37, I'm like, just let it go. What they believed was out of this world ridiculous, let them believe it. If that in their world, see, that's the thing. People live in their own worlds of reality on what they think is real. What does it really matter to try to prove someone wrong or right? They're not, because I think the incentive is that you're going to be more respected if you can prove them wrong. But again, people actually, you get the opposite of that. You get disrespect from that person, even if you can prove that they're wrong. You're not getting the one thing that subconsciously you wanted, which is respect. But someone who's already emotionally intelligent isn't needy for people's respect all the time. They don't need confirmation. And the way I live my life is, you know, if someone's going to say thanks or good job or I like you or you're cool, whatever, great. I can take that positive energy and think, that makes me feel good. But the opposite is not true. If someone says something to even purposely tear me down, that has no negative effect on me. Why? Because I'm emotionally intelligent, and I know that is simply a reflection of how they feel about themselves. They feel this sense of chaos. They feel that they're not good enough. So they're desperate to build themselves up some way, so they tear other people down, and I get that. So I can enjoy good things that people say, and I can be completely unaffected by negative things people say, because otherwise I'm giving them power over my emotions. And a person who is strong, a person who is not an idiot, is not going to be affected by, and it's funny, but, and I know it's clickbait, but so many, on a daily basis, whether it's MSN.com or whatever it is, what do you keep seeing in headlines for articles? The internet's freaking out about, you'll never believe about, Twitter's blowing up about, and it's all these things. They want you to believe that people are getting angry and emotional about stuff, when really maybe it's only a couple people on social media making some kind of stupid point. And it's not even a point, they're just saying something stupid. But because they're saying on social media, people who write headlines know that people will think, oh, well, if these people are angry and emotional, let's find out if I should be too. Maybe nothing draws a crowd like a crowd. Or maybe they want to prove that those people are idiots. But see, that's the thing. It's bait. And people who are emotionally intelligent often are the people writing that clickbait. That's because they know that they control people that way. Because they know that most people are redeemable idiots. Okay? So I'm making this video for you because I care about you. This is your invitation to be redeemed, to no longer be an idiot. Because you know what an idiot does when they go out in traffic? They get upset because there's traffic, even though they're part of it. And when someone flips them off, they get angry and they want to honk their horn and curse them back or whatever. Now, focus on what you can control, and what you cannot control, don't worry about. Don't worry about other people's problems. Help other people, but don't worry about their other problems. And that's the thing, like gossip is another sign of someone who's still an idiot. Because someone who has no true sense of purpose or identity are going to easily want to be caught up, oh, what's going over here? Because they have no life. Confident people don't have time for that, right? Confident people aren't wasting their time with other people's problems, because ultimately what they're doing is they're thinking, man, at least my life's better off than what's going on with their life. Even though they're a celebrity and they're a millionaire, man, I'm better off than them. Because that person needs that confirmation, just like people do in social media. Okay? So how do you stop being an idiot? How do you become redeemed? I say the first step is to recognize that emotionally you get to be in control. But as long as other people have the ability to affect your emotions, and they can insult you and hurt your feelings, and you're going to let them do that to you, then you're going to be that victim for the rest of your life. Okay, if you can overcome that, then it's just a matter of reminding yourself that and I like to say this quote a lot, but don't you think if I were wrong, I'd know it? You never want to be that person. Always be like me. Always assume that you are wrong. Always assume that you're going to be learning all throughout the day. Even if you're facing a day that seems pretty easy and predictable and you know what to expect, still assume you're going to be learning throughout the day. Okay? Because if you have found this video to be even the least bit entertaining or educational, know that it only came from a mindset of me living my life these last several years. Okay? So if you think, man, people are just stupid, I would agree with you. But I believe that it's not that you're just born that way and you can't ever become redeemed. I believe anybody can, but I believe that most people choose not to. Most people choose to remain the victim. They choose to be in a situation where they can be wronged. Nick Shell cannot be wronged. I mean, you can try, you can do things to me, but ultimately, I'm going to perceive it as a hurdle for me to overcome because I'm a strong person. And it's funny because there's this gradient of like self-esteem. You've got some people who don't believe in themselves and they're so insecure, and then you've got people like Donald Trump who seem to be full of themselves and full of confidence. But then there's something in between. A person who is confident and believes in themselves, but is not wanting to stomp all over other people in the process. Someone who wants to treat other people with respect. Someone who sees all people are equal and all people need to be treated with respect, and people do not need to be discriminated against. And it's not a matter of just saying something because we can say it and we can get away with it. It's a matter of treating other people like you're serving other people. Okay? So those of you who can unplug from the system and realize, okay, from now on, I'm going to listen to what Nick said. Okay, Nick, remind me one more time. Okay, yeah, sure. Just keep in mind that for every day for the rest of your life, assume that you're going to be wrong about stuff throughout the day. And the things that you definitely think that you're right about the most are probably the things that you're the most wrong about. And be ready for someone to learn from someone else on the right thing. And whatever it is that you believe, there's no reason why you ever need to get upset that someone disagrees with you. Because if you're confident in who you are, you don't have to worry about that. And then, of course, reminding yourself that your emotions, your emotional control belongs to you. But most people are redeemable idiots, so they give that control to other people. I don't. I'm Nick Shell. You want to say I'm obsessed with something? People love to say I'm obsessed with DNA test results and ethnicity because I have a channel about that. This is something I'm obsessed about. Emotional intelligence and how we can gain control over our own lives. And so few people in the world realize this. Wait a minute. Am I doing the opposite of what I just spent this video talking about? Am I trying to convince you? Does it matter to me that I convince you? Am I a hypocrite? No. Because I'm ending this video by not caring whether you change your belief system or not. You can do whatever you want.